remote corners of northern KwaZulu-Natal, where South Africa meets Mozambique, lies one of Africa's best-kept secrets, Tembe Elephant Park. We had rare access to these big 5 parks, no entry roads. A chance to explore Tembe like few ever do. Tembe doesn't just show you wildlife. It reminds you that you're not in control out here. Nature is. Carlo was going in reverse, and then all of a sudden, the car stopped and didn't move anymore. But before we take you to Tembe, let's pick up where we left you last time. Just outside Baviaanskloof, where we planned our route up north. Wander along.
Okay, so you said you had an experiment.
That's right. In this
filthy bag.
In this dirty bag, there's hopefully clean laundry. So this morning, I filled this bag with some laundry, with some dirty laundry, and washing soap and water. And as you've seen, this is what we've been doing all day. So.
Let's see. Maybe do it
By the
there.
way, it's biodegradable.
Yes, it's biodegradable soap.
Yeah.
Yes, but
I'll do it above the sink anyway.
Yes, thank you. And
Works quite well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Happy?
Yeah. You don't have to zoom in on our underwear too much, but
But it's clean. Good stuff. We drove the whole day through Baviaanskloof, which is there on that side. And we thought we would be sleeping inside, but in the end we weren't really sure about the campsites. And we drove through, and just beyond the last gate, we decided we want to go to this place. We were recommended Uitspan camping by 2 of our friends online, and it's great. Lida, happy here?
very happy.
Very nice, eh?
Jackie ook, of Blackie.
Jackie, I don't know, Blackjack.
Found her spot.
And then there's an arch up the back of this that we're gonna hike to tomorrow, I think. And then maybe, if the people that came in 2 minutes before us are gonna leave tomorrow, we might take that camp spot there in the mountain where you can see their fire coming out in the little kloof alone, and Lida can do washing to her heart's content. Morning. I decided to take the walk up to the arch. There's that arch. So I'm heading there. I'll show you the view just now. Stunning. So I was just at that arch, and there's a little walk up to the top. There's so much to feast your eyes on here. First you have the mountain ranges, valleys, the different rock formations, which are amazing. And then look, if you're over this hill, then you start seeing other mountains, and then more fynbos. So this is also great to be in this undisturbed nature of fynbos, which is a very biodiverse flora. The Cape has, I think, the largest fynbos in the world, I think. And what you'll see is just many types of plant life, very, very diverse. You have this type of waxy, almost pine-like bush, different types of succulents, grasses, other bushes, and then you get protea bushes, all the different types of protea bushes, all indigenous and part of this fynbos. And then the rocks, it's also interesting. I'll show you more a little bit lower down. Here you see this black, almost magma lava type rock, and halfway up this mountain you find a lot of like round river rocks, like alluvial rocks that was like cobbled in a river. So either the landscape changed so much that this was a river and this was all eroded away by time, or maybe a magma layer pushed it upwards, and then you find this river rocks halfway up the mountain. And there's also other interesting part. There's sort of round bubbles that form in the rock, like it forms like an empty geode almost an egg, and then you can see different layers of rock around it as it probably cooled down. This is a piece of it. You see it looks like a edge of a pot or a very large egg. Look at what I returned to from my hike. Banana pancakes.
In the making.
In the making.
What are you doing?
I'm just putting everything back in place. Wire connectors, all the solar, hopefully all the connections are now okay. We found the fault for our flex panel. And now I want to actually start finalizing the electrical outer box, just to finalize it. Done with it.
This is a good example of why we have two solar panels and one fixed on the roof over there. We also have a foldable solar panel, so we can place that in the sun when our car is in the shade.
Now we are here in Baviaanskloof, and we have to go to Willemore, up the N9. End of the week, we will have traveled towards this area for a nice cool project that we will be part of. It's been a long day and we're still not there.
And it's been more or less this weather for a day.
We decided to push on a few hours further than we thought we would go. And it's just been horrible weather and horrible roads, potholes and trucks, and our feet are wet.
It's dripping on my foot.
Yeah.
It's not dripping, it's like
Pouring.
Yep.
And our electrical system is on the fritz. I was so proud of it. I was so proud.
Yeah.
And it's useless at the moment. If you don't have sun, nothing is working. I think the batteries are crap. And the DC-DC is not working. I don't know what happened.
Is there sun?
It's like been teasing us the whole day, the sun. It's like there in the front you see blue skies, and then as you drive it just, this dark cloud is following us. And now there's a little bit of sun. I don't trust it anymore.
Yeah, it was quite a day.
It was a long day. We had a day of just rain and potholes.
Yeah.
And bigger holes and sinkholes.
Thunderstorm, lightning.
And then it was a long time, it was already dark before we got to the camping.
Tell them what you forgot. Tell them about our electrical issues.
So, okay, we have a few electrical issues. But, so we've realized that the shunt to the starter battery didn't show a correct value. And it looks like our DC-DC is not working at all. I don't know why. At least I found one problem. The shunt cable, I never connected it to the battery. So, okay, I'll fix that now. Now, Lida is laughing at me. But, yeah, we're trying to dry everything up. It was a very wet day, and with no charging capacity, no fridge capacity.
We're definitely learning a lot. That's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we got here and it was just mud and rain and mud. And we just sat there on the couch last night eating crackers and then going to bed. It's a new day, a little bit of sun coming through the trees there. I think I'm gonna go and explore this eccentric place.
So today is gonna be groceries, potholes, filling up with diesel, and then head further north towards Pongolapoort. Yes, one final stop before we go to Tembe tomorrow. Yes.
Might be asking, what are we doing in Tembe Elephant Park?
Well, we met someone on Instagram. His name is Clint. I think already 2 months ago. He reached out first instance to write an article because he's the chair of the Land Rover Owners Club Southern Africa. He was interested in our story. We started chatting. Long story short, with a group from the club, from the Land Rover Owners Club, they do a yearly volunteering project at Tembe Elephant Park, and we are joining them this year. Super cool. All people with Land Rovers will be here, and we'll be probably doing stuff like building fences and things like that.
Once we pass this test of life.
Tembe is home to some of the largest tuskers in the world. This 30,000 hectare or 300 square kilometer park is a sanctuary for over 200 elephants, as well as lions, leopards, rhino, buffalo, and the elusive Sunni antelope.
Hello, I'm Rory Milbank. I'm an Honorary Officer at Tembe Elephant Park, Chairman of the Tembe Honorary Officer Group. I joined about 10 years ago after staying at the Tembe Lodge on a couple of occasions. Our particularly large tusker at the time visited our tent in the middle of the night on 2 occasions, and we became so enamored with these animals that we just felt we had to become involved in assisting with their posterity. And the rest is history. So we joined the Honorary Officer Group. Our function is park maintenance, and then also we do fundraising. At present we're standing in our Ponweni fundraising camp, and we host groups of guests, normally 20 to 24 guests at a time. Guests pay to come and stay here, and then we raise funds in that manner to reinvest in the park. And all these funds are invested directly back into the park. All our work is done at our own expense, but we do it because we wish to try and maintain the parks as we remember them in days gone by. At present we have the privilege of the Land Rover Club from Gauteng, who have joined us for a work week. The project this year is to repair and maintain fencing, which has become in very, very poor condition because we've had elephants breaking out of the park, causing quite a few problems with wildlife-human conflict. The elephant go out of the park during the night, raid the farmers' crops, and then return to the park the following day. So we're trying to repair the fences so that this isn't possible and that doesn't happen.
And you have a Defender yourself. Or it looks like a Defender.
It's a collection of various vehicles, which I've had for about 35 years, from a time when we couldn't really buy new Land Rovers. But it's ideal for its purpose and very, very useful in the park. A Land Rover 110 chassis, a Series 3 body, a Deutz air-cooled engine, Toyota Land Cruiser gearbox, auxiliary electrics, which I have 2 generating systems, separate alternators, one for the engine and then one for the auxiliaries.
You only like the shape of the Land Rover.
So that's the Deutz air-cooled engine. It's out of a tractor. I fitted it 19 years ago and it's been very, very successful.
What is that pressure gauge there?
That is for the hydraulic system for the winch.
Okay.
It's a hydraulically operated winch. I like the Land Rover because it's got very, very good suspension. The 110 suspension is very good, very easy to repair, and it's comfortable.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
I have the privilege of meeting wonderful people in our fundraising and work. It really is a privilege for me to mix with many people from all over the world and share our love for the animals and for the environment. Really a great privilege.
We spend a week at the park, repairing fences to help protect this wild haven. During the days, we worked hard as a group and helped each other when necessary. And in between, there was time to enjoy nature and wildlife.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah, we're moving wires. We're moving old stuff. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, we were almost recovered from our tennis elbows.
Oh, we have wire elbows.
Yeah, shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Wrap it up. Oops. What are those plants there?
What? Old man's balls?
Yes. Hey, you tourists with the camera. Had a good day?
Tough day, hard day.
Yeah.
But yeah, good day.
Fixed a lot of wires.
Sure. Yeah, we did. Huh?
And it's hot. And we saw a beautiful elephant.
Yeah. And a Sunni. We just saw a Sunni.
Yes. Where are we walking now?
Vryheid.
So you walk through a hide to go and watch the animals. Hopefully there's something, at least some birds here. Elephant. Oh my word.
elephant poop, and they collect it, and they roll balls, and they lay their eggs in it.
Good is they get on top of on the ball and they look around to see which way they want to go.
He's pushing it with his hind feet, taking a difficult road. Hey,
Watch. Check. So it gets on top of the... Which way am I going? Okay, I want to go that way.
dung beetle.
What's up?
It's nice.
I am selling regalia or merchandise.
In the evenings, we gathered around the fire and shared stories. The most remarkable story was that of Edward Allen, a special guest and lifelong friend of one of the honorary officers. He drove his Land Rover from London to South Africa and back in 1975.
We go across Europe, down Italy, and then into Tunisia. So we came into the middle of Africa. You'll see that rope on the front, a hawser I should say, because I fitted a turfer winch, not an engine winch, and you'll see why. You can see the extra fuel tanks. But we had 72 gallons of fuel. We were very excited to get in Africa, and here we are. I made the sand ladders, so we thought we'd try them. We had a trailer on the back because we had so much rubbish. Now, here we are on the beach in North Africa, sand. We've now got 2,000 miles of sand to go across the Sahara.
Oh my gosh.
And we've got 20 meters off the beach, or off the sand, and we're stuck.
Good morning. We are driving on our own on a no-entry road.
What is nice, because you are part of this work week, you have access to all the sections of the park. Which is more than half of the park, I think, is not really used by tourists, because that's just probably for animals and rangers. And now we have access to all of it. So that's nice.
So 5 days of hard working, building, repairing fences. Today we have the day off, and we are exploring the park a bit further. Let's see how it is, toch?
zit vast. Is het vast?
Dat weet ik niet. Wacht maar even. Hij blijft daar, Blijf maar rustig. Blijf rustig. Hij gaat weg. Hij gaat weg.
Is het vast?
Oké, dat gaan we zo oplossen. We find ourselves in a shitty situation. I'm not sure what we managed to get on camera. That was not our first priority. There were a few elephants in front of us, and they charged. Of course, we held distance. We reversed. After a while, we tried to move forward again. We had to see if the road was clear, and then suddenly they were there, again, strongly charging, moving towards us. So our Carlo was going in reverse, and then all of a sudden the car stopped and didn't move anymore. Luckily, the elephant stopped, 20 meters in front of us as well. We were both shaking. Like, we sat still for 15 minutes, waiting for them to move. Very carefully we got out of the car to see if there's anything, but and of course we tried to start the car a few times, both in diff and not, and no movement.
Yeah, as if there's no connection between the engine, the rotation, and the axles. It's like you're in neutral. No, there's no engaging. What do you mean?
Again, luckily we have some cell phone reception here. We managed to get hold of the others, and someone is now coming, driving up here to see if they can help. How did you feel just now?
Shaking. Yeah. Powerless. Literally. He thinks I was stuck in 2 gears at once.
Yeah. That shouldn't happen.
No, it shouldn't. So probably the diff lock wasn't fully in normal high, and when we were going in reverse at speed, that jumped back into a diff lock, or it just jumped out of position or into another position, and it just jammed us up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the selectors are worn, and I mean I was warned by a mechanic that happens. He did, however, gave me advice that this guy is saying no, never do that, to keep it sort of in gear with a lanyard or something.
Yeah, so I don't know how other people do that, or if you have experiences with that, or have any advice that could help us. That's very much appreciated.
And so we fiddled with it. In the end, everything got loose, and we could drive, but we were just careful. We just drove in first gear 2 year, and now it feels okay.
Yeah, we're back at camp.
Day of adventure. Ended in adventure very quickly.
Yeah. Over the radio, we already heard.
They're mocking us.
They're mocking us. Well, yeah, they can. I assume, yeah.
Yeah, so the one lady already said, I hope the girls are thirsty tonight because they're going to have some shots.
Yeah, but
anyway.
No, honestly, one of the most scary moments of my life.
Already scared before the car halted. But it was running towards us, and I was reversing at speed and thinking now how I should not get confused now and in the reversing and then ram into a bush. And then before I could do that, we rammed into ourselves.
Yeah. So in some way the elephant then also stopped.
This is not worth it. I think we're done for the day.
We're probably done for the day. We're going to read a book, or maybe we're going to the bird hide. But I don't think we're going to for lion hunting today. No.
We should not push our luck in one day.
No. And probably once we're in Pretoria, let someone have a look at that gearbox of ours.
Yeah. Morning.
Morning.
So we just packed up and we're ready to go. We really enjoyed it. We're just so grateful to have had this experience in this amazing surroundings, to have had the chance to give back in some way. So this was great. Thank you, Land Rover Owners Club of Southern Africa.
Yes.
And thank you to the Honorary Officers of Tembe Elephant Park for sharing and for teaching and opening up.
If you like watching our videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hope to see you next time.